Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today we are back for week 3 of the Multi-Battle League. Of course, I've got my trusty partner Baz with me.
Hello.
And this is our team builder going into week 3 against Team Not Scald. Of course, the battle will also be on Baz's channel tomorrow, so go subscribe to him if you've not already. And yeah, it should be an exciting one. We're currently 2-0 in the league, and Team Not Scald, I believe, is one of the other 2 teams who are 2-0. So there are only 3 teams that are undefeated up until this point, so it's pretty exciting that we're going up against one of them. But it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We played them last season as well as Team Scald.
Yep.
And I don't know. Like I feel like last season we led with like I was just watching it back. We led with Weavile and Azumarill, and we did. I think we did the fling business, and the belly drum was a massive problem for them. So I think they're gonna prepare for the Azumarill a fair bit.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I met both these guys last year in California as well, so actually put faces to their names.
Yeah, they're really cool, and their battles have been super close. Like, probably 2 of the closest battles I've seen so far in the league have been on their ends. A little bit of fortune, I think, definitely in both of the weeks, but they're also really good players, and definitely something, like, this is not going to be an easy matchup by any means.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, have you got any ideas that spring to your mind straight away then?
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing is, like, Azumarill looks really good overall, but like you said, they're definitely going to prepare for it. So some options, for example, are, you know, I know they ran the Poisium Z on Buzzwole, I think, on the first week. Wouldn't be surprised to see that come back. Cradilly actually can just, like, sponge up Azumarill's water type attacks, and that's a pretty big deal. So, like, Azumarill is still good, but I'm not sure if that's the, like, Pokemon we want to build around this time around.
Yeah, like I've just spent like a little while looking over this matchup, and the more I looked at it, the more I actually didn't really like Azumarill. Maybe even to the point of not bringing it, just because like it doesn't really do much to Celesteela. The only reason really why we'd want it is to cover the Arcanine, but Suicune can sit in front of it and scold it, like and burn it. Garchomp might have Poison Jab, like you said, they might have the Poison Z move on. The Buzzwole, you know, Thunderbolt from Raichu, the Storm Drain on the Cradilly, like. I'm thinking that Azumarill might not be so good in this matchup, but I'll take you through what I've been thinking, because
Sure.
I've got some slightly out-of-the-way thoughts coming. Like, I'm thinking, like, and I just want to Cybertron test this theory that I've got going, but what would happen if we led with a Raichu and a Nidoqueen? Nidoqueen is Scarfed, and the Raichu has the Electric Z move, because I'm fearing they're going to lead with Suicune and try and Tailwind. And I'm also fearing maybe an Arcanine lead, which a Scarf Earth Power should knock out unless they're Assault Vested. Like, Scarf Nidoqueen does cover almost all of their team with Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb not so much, but Earth Power as well. Earth Power, Flamethrower, Ice Beam covers most of their team. Raichu with a Z move, if they use the same Suicune as last week, has got like an 87% chance of one-shotting Suicune with the Gigavolt impact. And it does like lock us into a Scarf with Nidoqueen, but I'm quite liking those two, because like I'm not liking Aerodactyl so much in this one, because we can't really, well, we can't Skydrop Buzzwole, like it's too heavy. So we'd have to use something like Aerial Ace, and they are bound to bring Arcanine too. So with an Intimidate, it won't be hitting too hard either. So let's just rewind. What do you think to the whole Raichu and Nidoqueen thing?
That makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it seems like it covers, like you said, pretty much everything.
I'm also thinking, yeah, just to go one step further with this, I'm thinking the Raichu we could put, and I don't think we've like ever done this, but we could put Hidden Power Ice on the Raichu, because their main switch in to Raichu and Nidoqueen is going to be their Garchomp.
Yes.
And if they use the same Garchomp as last week, a combination of Scarf Earth Power and Hidden Power Ice will knock that out too.
Okay. So like going more offensive with our Raichu this time around, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think we do still want Fake Out and Encore on it, but Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice too.
Yeah, that honestly makes a ton of sense to me. I can't see much counterplay on their end if we do lead with those two.
Like, I was trying to think what, I mean, at the moment I'm sort of disregarding that they're going to bring any of these bottom 3 Pokemon. Like,
right.
Like, there's no way they're going to bring Licky
Yeah.
But then again, fast forward like to tomorrow, I bet they'll bring it.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's just
we're
like
not using
their
it.
top two rows are just so much stronger, right? And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely.
because
Yeah.
like Celestial, Arcanine, Garchomp, like, but they're all just like pretty tanky, but they also do really good damage. So yeah, I agree with that assessment. Like, I can't
Yeah,
see
you've
them.
got to imagine they probably will bring the first 6 and just the Credilli maybe for like to scare off the Azumarill sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did go with Comfey or Malamar, then maybe they'd go with a Trick Room option, and then maybe would miss the Azumarill a little bit. So that's why I'm not like convinced that leaving it out of the match completely is the best.
Definitely.
But I mean, I was looking at Bruxish as like the alternative to Azumarill too, because Bruxish is naturally faster than Buzzwole and can Psychic Fangs it, and it does actually speed tie with Mega Garchomp. Unless they went jolly with their Arcanine, like we could run a faster Bruxish and get that too. So
Right.
the only downside would be what was the downside? There was something that could hit it. Yeah, they're not going to run any bug move on Buzzwole, I wouldn't imagine. So I don't know.
Okay, well, let's start with the Raichu Nidoqueen then, because I actually really like that. Like, I think it's super solid. So I'm like thinking, as always, like what Pokemon we definitely want to bring. I feel like Volcarona is a must since they have Celesteela.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, probably with the Z move again.
Yes.
Because I can see them probably going like Assault Vest, Rock Slide.
Yeah, so definitely want Volcarona. So those three are there for sure. And then what else? I'm thinking maybe Breloom, because if we lose Raichu, then we don't have a great way to hit the Suicune.
Yeah, I was thinking definitely Breloom too, and probably Aerodactyl as well, even though he isn't really the best in this matchup. Just because we would struggle maybe a bit against the Arcanine otherwise.
Yes.
Like if we lost a Nidoqueen, like to be locked into something else.
Yeah.
We didn't want something.
Yeah, it still does like decent damage. I mean, if we put Ice Fang, that still threatens Garchomp. Probably doesn't one-shot it, given that they're Mega, but still does like enough that I'd imagine like a Mach Punch can finish it off.
Yeah, I am just a little bit scared of that Suicune.
Yeah.
Just because like the two things that can hit it hard, like Raichu. I mean, if we did hit it with the Z move, then it could potentially just be a one shot. But
yes. But like they could protect and ignore the Z move.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if they did, we can just encore that next turn, can't we?
Right. Yeah. But just yeah, I think we should definitely have multiple options for it. But I agree. I think so far what we have Raichu, Nidoqueen, Breloom, Volcarona, Aerodactyl. So that's already 5. And I do feel like those are all pretty necessary.
Yeah. So. I mean, the Aerodactyl, I agree with the first 4, like 100%.
Right, Aerodactyl, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's between Aerodactyl, Jirachi, Bruxish, and Azumarill, I suppose. I mean, just to rewind even further, I guess, like even before I sort of started thinking about the whole Nidoqueen idea, I was thinking about how we could go with the Regigigas, actually, because the only thing they've got that can really hit Regigigas too hard is the Buzzwole.
Yeah.
So maybe, like, I was, like, my first initial thought was maybe we could go with, like, a Scarf Jirachi, like, leading Scarf Jirachi and maybe Volcarona or something else. But then having the option of, like, switching the Regigigas for the Volcarona and going for a skill swap onto it. So we would get rid of the slow start and get a Serene Grace Rock Slide. And then, like, if they did lead with Arcanine, we could maybe before we did that skill swap there, Intimidate, and then do it on our Regigigas to get 2 Intimidates, that sort of thing as well.
Right.
Maybe a bit gimmicky, but like I was just trying to think how we could use the Regigigas somehow.
Yeah, I mean that makes.
Because we know that like they can't have a Z move on their Garchomp, so
yes.
we know definitely Wide Guard on that.
Yes. That's a really cool idea. I'm just like trying to see if it incorporates well, because I don't want to rely too much on like a gimmicky strategy, because we've been playing with like stuff we're more comfortable with. But I'm trying to think, like, if there's space on the team, I don't see why not incorporate that. But like we said, we've already established the 4, so now we pretty much need to round out the last 2. I guess the way we approached it previously is like, what do we like struggle with, especially given what we currently have.
Yeah.
So with the 4, with Raichu, Nidoqueen, Breloom, and Volcarona, what am I most afraid of? Yeah, I think Arcanine definitely is the biggest
Garchomp
one.
as well.
And yeah. Like Jirachi still like could be really good here. It's just that they're a little bit tankier, and then like you can get intimidated by Arcanine, and then Celesteela can wall it decently too.
Yeah, so exactly. I mean, I was thinking maybe this could be the week we did the like Zed hold hands thing, but just because like they don't really threaten Jirachi too much outside of like earthquakes and like maybe like an Inferno Overdrive or something, and even at +1 defense, we cannot like without fully investing. We can't survive that too. So
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't convinced with Jirachi, but
yeah,
I mean, it could still have a place.
right. The last 2 weeks, I know they used like the three Pokemon they used Z moves on were Arcanine, Buzzwole, and Malamar, and that seems like by far their best option. So I wouldn't be surprised to see those return.
Yeah.
And so it's
And
like
the thing with Jirachi is as well, like it's another psychic dark thing going on here, like Hooper. So we could just like U-turn and knock out the Malamar sort of thing if we if we did oversee it so much, overlook it.
Yeah, the thing is, like I do really like the Z move on Raichu, and like Volcarona with the Z move seems like really solid as well, just because it chunks, especially if it gets a Quiver Dance off. So then it'd be like, oh, we already have 2 Z moves. Do we really want a third one on the team?
Yeah, I mean it's I like the idea of this Z move Raichu. I mean, I was thinking, like, if we did go modest, then we would like 100% get the knockout onto the Suicune. But like, what are the chances of their Garchomp? Because like, really, the only reason we would want to go timid Raichu is if we're thinking they're going to go jolly Garchomp.
Right.
And like, they might if they don't Mega Evolve it because they want the jump on Volcarona. That's the only reason why I can see they would go jolly.
Yeah. And I think that's a big enough reason that they would stay jolly. So
yeah.
I think it's better just to have the insurance that we're faster.
Yeah, staying timid is against their Raichu as well. Like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Sweet, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got these 4 then, and I think the 2 that we're struggling with most is the Garchomp and the Arcanine. So, like, I guess on the face of it, like Aerodactyl and one of the waters, but we should maybe try and make some sort of a case for Jirachi.
Yeah. In terms of the waters, like, I could actually see Bruxish being better than Azumarill solely because of its speed stack here. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that would maybe want Azumarill for is if they did go with the Trick Room option, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But otherwise, like, really, a lot of their Pokemon can just do too much damage to it to the point that a Belly Drum set wouldn't really work.
Yeah.
Like, even the Arcanine can have Wild Charge.
Yeah, Wild Charge, or like even the Electric Z move if they want to go that far, which I could totally see happening. So that's something we have to be careful of. Arcanine's what, base 100? Or 90?
Speed is 95.
95, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Bruxish is 92.
Right, so they might go jolly to get the jump on us there.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so what do we think about Aerodactyl? Like, do we think it's good enough to definitely bring here?
Well, I'm sure their Garchomp can survive an Ice Fang.
Yeah, without doubt.
I've not done the calculation area lace on the Buzzwole, actually. I'll just, out of curiosity, do that.
I would think that would be a knockout, because it's 4 times effective, right?
It is, yeah, but it is a pretty chunky thing.
It is, yeah. I imagine it comes real close.
Yeah, it is. It's not as close as you think, actually. It's minimum 121%.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. I mean, if after an Intimidate, it will survive.
Right. Still, I like the idea of Aerodactyl here because it threatens 2 of their biggest, like, offensive options so much. Like, even if we're not getting knockouts, if doing, like, 90+% of damage is still pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it is it threatens the Garchomp, threatens the Buzzwole, and the Arcanine. It will do a big chunk to the Raichu. I guess it's just the Suicune and the Celesteela that just sort of sit right in front of it.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, Raichu Aerodactyl could be okay too, but like in the past games, we can't really guarantee Aerodactyl will get the one shot with Ice Fang. I mean, I'll do the calculation, but I'm sure it won't.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. And if anything, they could probably EV it just to guarantee survival. Yeah. I think we should still bring Aerodactyl here, though.
Wow, is this right? Am I doing this calculation right? On on no investment, Mega Garchomp, Ice Fang does maximum 73%.
What?
That's jolly. Mega Garchomp is base defense 115.
Right. Man, that's still surprising.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we could actually go Adamant, and then it'd do minimum 80%.
Okay.
Maximum 80%, rather.
Wow, that's still less than I would expect.
That is impressive, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like no bulk on their Garchomp at all.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm still pretty convinced on Aerodactyl, but we should try to make a case for the other Pokemon. I mean, I don't think there's... Like, Purloin here just doesn't seem like it offers much, right?
Oh, I didn't have the ability. Okay, so with Adamant, maximum is actually 103%.
Okay,
so a bit
okay.
more. Yeah,
right,
yeah. But not the one shot, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Jirachi is very versatile. We can. I mean, we can't go Scarf if we are going to go Scarf Nidoqueen. We can do the hold hand things. We can do like really bulky with Shuka or Okaberry with Icy Wind, maybe. We can have Follow Me on it too.
Oh, right, yeah. So, let's see. Like, Jirachi, the only fear is that, like, it pretty much can feint to 1 or 2 attacks, so we need to get, like, mileage out of it. And the main reason I want it is because, like, it can threaten the Buzzwole, outspeed, and knock it out immediately. But
well, it can if we go special.
Oh, right,
like,
yeah.
It'll survive like a Zen Headbutt.
Does Jirachi get a, like, Ice Beam?
I'll have a look. I'm not sure, actually.
No idea.
What generation is it? It's the third generation. Found it. No Ice Beam.
It gets Ice Punch and Icy Wind, but no Ice Beam.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well... Yeah, I guess we have, with Raichu and Z-Move Raichu and Volcarona, we don't have to worry as much about Celesteela, right?
You'd hope, yeah.
Right, the fear is just like, if they somehow knock out both of those, then we really have nothing for it at all.
Yeah, like, unless we, like, got Nidoqueen back into a position to lock ourselves into Flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, I mean, we would want to anyway against, like, a Buzzwole, but, like, nothing else, really.
It's so tough. Like, I really want a Azumarill because it's like, oh, it matches up so nicely against so many things, but then it also just, like, can get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do think they'll prepare for it too. But, I mean, if they prepare for the Azumarill, what will it be? It'll be with lots of poison attacks, won't it?
Yeah, I would think they're going to run Jab on Garchomp, maybe a Z-move, like, definitely Poisium Z-move on Buzzwole, or, like, Electrium Z-move on Arcanine. Although Poisium Z-move would make more sense, or they could just bring in the Cradily.
Yeah, I mean, if they did go with the electric move on Arcanine, that still threatens Bruxish.
Yeah.
Like, if they go Jolly too. So,
yeah.
Just trying to think if there are any points where Bruxish is actually better than the Azumarill.
Right. The one thing I could think is it gets the jump on the Buzzwole.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah. Because, like, they have... first week intentionally, second week accidentally run a very fast Buzzwole.
Yeah. Part of me still just, like, wants one of the water types. But then that would be probably giving up Jirachi.
I can see that, yeah.
Because, I don't know, I feel like the water types provide a little bit more offensive pressure than Jirachi does. But,
I mean, is there any kind of Azumarill that would make more sense than a Belly Drum set?
Right, I'm trying to think.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference if they do hit us with, like, a Poison Z move or whatever, but...
Right.
I'm just thinking, like, the Suicune can burn us, so...
That's one of my fears, too.
Like, a Lumberry, fine, we're not burnt for a turn, but we're not really doing anything back in return, sort of thing, so... Like, a +6 burn Azumarill will still hit harder, twice as hard as a neutral one.
I'm just like, would there be a position where they'd let us Belly Drum? I suppose if they have, like... It's just, I expect them to have, like, multiple ways to hit Azumarill. Like, I don't think we'll ever be in a position where, like, they'll have 2 passive Pokemon out and Azumarill can safely Belly Drum.
Yeah, like, even Heavy Slam will probably do, like, 60-70% or something to Azumarill.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, Heavy Slam, Wild Charge, Scald Burn, Poison Jab, Electric Move, Grass Move. Yeah.
I guess the Poison... could we survive a Poisium Z, like, Poison Jab from Buzzwole if we ran the... Poison Berry like last week?
I'll have a look.
Because I know last week it was actually close because they had that like.
Yeah, someone put the calculation in the thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, if it doesn't naturally, I'm sure we could EV to survive it if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
All right, we'll assume they're adamant. Poison Jab. Actually doesn't do too much damage. Let's have a look with the berry. It was called a Kyber berry, wasn't it?
Kasab or something, yes. Like, it starts with a K.
Yeah. Kebia.
Yes.
Kebia. Yeah, well, that would mean Adamant max attack, Acid Downpour does maximum 70%.
Okay. So that's something. The other thing I'm thinking, like, ban Jirachi maybe could be kind of cool here. But then it's still like we might like be tempted to go for flinches and not get it like last week.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they, like, as players, they, like, in the MBL, they have tended to like lean more towards defensive items and like defensive sort of play.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like if I thought of that, then maybe we could do something with belly drum, but maybe the poison berry is the way. Like, they might be like last year they did wild charge into our lightning rod, so they might not do that so freely this time. And really, the only other things outside of Credili that they can really like one shot maybe Azumarill with is poison moves. So maybe the poison berry on Azumarill does make some sense.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because if we do, then we can probably guarantee it getting an attack off, and that actually could be a big deal because like that's a free waterfall or like a play rough onto Arcanine or Buzzwole or Garchomp.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say we do like burn our Electric Z move turn 1, and Volcarona is compromised somehow. Like, the Celesteela is scary, but like if the Celesteela is so scary, it's not like Jirachi can do too much more. I suppose we could Fire Punch with it, but like at least the Azumarill does cover the Arcanine as well, which would threaten us too.
Yeah.
So maybe Azumarill is still the way then.
Yeah, I'm thinking because if we run, if we run the Poison Berry, we could go like Waterfall, Ice Punch, Play Rough, and that threatens like Arcanine, Buzzwole, and Garchomps all with one-hit knockouts.
Yeah. Or, well, depending on if we're intimidated on that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Ice Punch necessary?
It's not necessarily. It's just like I know it gets the its chances of knocking out Garchomp are significantly higher.
that would survive a play. I'm just thinking like a bulky Arcanine would survive a waterfall, so maybe Aquajet could be useful somehow. But
right.
I mean, what if like a random Toxic or something? Like if we think that.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say last week they played against Toxic and it was really good, like a really good tech against the Suicune.
Yeah, it did. It was actually quite effective. That.
Yeah, they just their opponents probably would have won if they hit the final Toxic against Buzzwole. So that could make some sense. Although our team is a little bit more frail, so it's like we wouldn't have as many turns.
It doesn't really work too well.
Yeah, but that's something to consider as well. I think at this point though, like, so once again, we're sold on Breloom, Raichu, Nidoqueen, Volcarona, and relatively sold on the sets, right? Like Fake Out, Thunderbolt Encore, maybe HP Ice on Raichu with the Z move, typical Sash Breloom, Scarf Nidoqueen, and Z move Volcarona.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll like sleep on it and we'll wake up tomorrow and think, wow, that's a really bad idea. Like Raichu and Nidoqueen, but like at the moment, I'm not really seeing too many ways that it's a bad, like unless they led with like Credili maybe or I don't know.
I'm really I don't know. It seems like it covers everything offensively, and we can pivot ourselves into a good position regardless of what they go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. The skill swap like shenanigans with Regigigas is like it was cool, but I feel like this week since they're playing with relatively standard mons and sets, like I'm not sure if Gigas is the best Pokemon here, so I would just cut Gigas and Purloin outright.
Yeah, if Regigigas got some sort of like reliable recovery move, then it probably could do quite well, like doing that sort of thing. But Purloin's not really. I mean, I did have a moment thinking maybe we could bring Purloin, but just because like they might be inclined to try and go for like speed ties with Fake Out, and like maybe we could just go with Purloin and like double attack and Encore and all that sort of stuff. But otherwise, I don't think Purloin really does anything here.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, it still comes down to the question, like, is there a good enough reason to bring Jirachi? I guess that's what I'm currently thinking of. And then after that, it's like, which of the two water types would we want to bring if we don't bring Rachi?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that Jirachi isn't really that good in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Mainly because of the Celesteela and the Suicune, like, and the Arcanine, like the combination of those.
Yeah.
And I think they definitely bring all three of those.
Yeah, and maybe if they don't Mega Evolve and stay Jolly Garchomp as well.
Exactly, yeah. So like
Yeah.
that just a mix of all of that. It's like even if we did bring Jirachi, I feel like it doesn't bring too much to the table unless there's like some, cool set that we haven't thought of. But currently, like I can't think of much utility Jirachi offers.
Yeah, like even if we did get like the +1 in all stats with Hold Hands, then like okay, what can we do to Arcanine? Just sort of intimidate
Exactly.
shuffling and
Right.
yeah. I mean, if Jirachi, I'll have a look, but I mean, does Jirachi get anything that can actually threaten the Arcanine in any way? I guess Waterfalls. That's about it, really. It doesn't get too much else that can threaten Arcanine itself. So, yeah, I mean, like the first week, I think I'm sort of happy not bringing Jirachi.
Yep, I definitely am too.
So, I suppose, like, if I had to pick this second, I would go with Raichu Nidoqueen, Brilliant Volcarona, Aerodactyl, Azumarill.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. So the only thing is, like, is there a reason Bruxish is better than Azumarill, right? Like, could we make a case for that instead?
Well, I suppose the ups is that like it would survive, like a poison move. If they didn't go Jolly Arcanine, then we could outspeed and Waterfall their Arcanine.
With Life Orb, do we, like, pick up one-hit knockouts, do you think?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I'm taking... Because it is in, like, a nice enough speed tier where it does actually get the jump on a lot of their Pokemon.
Yeah, like, I for some reason I can't see them going, like, Jolly Arcanine. But maybe they will, I don't know.
Yeah, I know they went Jolly, I think, 1 week, and Adamant the other week. So, it's definitely something they'd consider, I think.
Okay, well... Life Orb, Waterfall, at -1, like, assuming we're intimidated, it does 68 to 83%.
Okay.
Well, a little bit lower because it's level 100, so yeah, maximum 80%. If we're not intimidated, then that should mean that, yeah, it's a one-shot.
Yeah.
If we're adamant. If we're Jolly, it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
And that's on like 252 HP Arcanine too.
How much does Wild Charge do in return?
If they're adamant max, it does. If we're no bulk, it does pretty much a 50-50 one shot on us back.
Yeah, okay, and if they're Jolly, I think...
If they're Jolly, then we can survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're both Jolly, then like we'd survive a Wild Charge. Unless they're banded, I guess. Or Life Orb themselves. Yeah. And we'd get a decent jump back with Waterfall too.
Yeah, and if we're not intimidated,
but then again, like Azumarill can survive one Wild Charge.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the main reason I'm kind of tempted on Bruxish is pretty much because it outspeeds the Buzzwole, and I feel like they're probably going to use Buzzwole to prepare for Azumarill.
Yeah.
But for all I know, they could use like Rocky MZ or whatever to like cover like the Volcarona instead. So maybe I'm just like too sold because I know they've been using like
Rock Slide on Buzzwole.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So how much does Bruxish do to Buzzwole?
That is a good question. Bruxish. Assuming it's max, like just 252 HP Buzz. No, that's not a Buzzwole. That's that's something else. Okay, so max, yeah, so 252 HP Buzzwole, Psychic Fangs with Life Orb, Jolly, actually is a one shot.
Oh, really?
That's surprising.
Wait, against...
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just over 50%. Yeah, okay, I was doing the Z move.
Yeah.
So it would be a 2 at KO.
Right. So maybe since it doesn't like knock it out anyway, we could just go Azumarill.
Yeah, let's look at the Azumarill calculations. But I'm sure they're probably going to be quite similar.
Yeah.
Poison Jab, level 100, everything. Yeah, Poison Jab does 70%. If it's Z Poison Jab, it does double pretty much, so maximum 140%. Play Rough back is a 2-shot, maximum of like 75%. If they are 252 HP. And on Arcanine, if that's 252 HP, Waterfall at -1 does 66 to 78% too, so similar damage.
Yeah.
Wild Charge is, if they're adamant max attack, max 68%. So we do definitely survive a wild charge, even if they're life orb. Looking at that too.
Okay. I think I'm a little bit more sold on Azumarill just because its damage output is like slightly higher, and
yeah, looking at all this, I think Azumarill is probably the way to go too.
yeah, so like it just because like I was like, oh, if Bruxish can outspeed and one shot things, that'd be great, but it doesn't get the one shot. It like just takes damage back anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm kind of sold on Azumarill here.
Yeah, I am too. It's just a set, I suppose, isn't it? Cause,
yeah.
Like, I mean, you just know that we'll bring Azumarill, and there will be a turn where we could belly drum.
Yeah.
And like, is there anything that we could have in place of belly drum? Like, I suppose there is Ice Punch, like you said, or Waterfall.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we definitely want Protect, and we definitely want Play Rough.
Yeah.
So the two moves are either going to be Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Ice Punch, and we can or belly drum too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 4 moves and 2 slots to pick from there.
This one's tricky.
I mean, Aqua Jet. I mean, they did use Sash on their Raichu.
Yeah, so that's a reason to bring Aqua Jet, just to like chip things off, because like you could finish off Garchomp and Buzzwole too after like an Ice Fang or a Aerial Ace.
Yeah, like maybe. I mean, I doubt it, but yeah, I was gonna say like a Hidden Power Ice and Aqua Jet might knock out the Garchomp, but my brain's going back to my 2014 calculations, and it was close on a regular Garchomp, so it won't the Mega Garchomp.
Right. So maybe we could, like, maybe we don't need Ice Punch. The only reason I wanted Ice Punch was, like, it could catch the Garchomp off guard, because it does a little bit more than Play Rough.
Yeah, it would hit the Credilli as well.
Yeah.
But are they going to bring that? I mean, they actually could bring that. I mean, it will resist. I mean, it won't get one-shot by anything Volcarona can do, and can just Power Gem or Stone Edge back.
Yeah, I could actually see them bring Credilli over Raichu.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely think Celesteela, Arcanine, Suicune, Buzzwole, and Garchomp are coming in this matchup. And then it's like a toss-up between Raichu and Credilli, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe they won't bring Raichu, thinking about it.
Because it's like, oh, they know we have our Raichu, so the electric types all get redirected.
Yeah.
They might be afraid, like, oh, like, since none of the electric type attacks do much, then we can't, it just doesn't offer too much. So I think...
I'm just looking at how much, like, an Ice Beam from Nidoqueen will do to Credilli. Because, like, I don't think they'll lead it, but, like, just in case.
Yeah.
Ice Beam, wow, yeah. It does, like, literally about half.
Okay. I'm taking a look at I don't know too much about Credilli in general.
Like, it doesn't really have much offensive presence.
Right, yeah. Like
but it's just its typing that'll, like,
kind of be annoying.
win it against Volcarona and everything here.
Yeah. Yeah, think about it, Credilli actually makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would be an argument for Jirachi.
Yeah.
So here we go, the circle.
Okay, yeah, I think at this point I'm like sold on not bringing Bruxish, but now it's like between Azumarill and Jirachi.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
It's just like what Jirachi set could we think of that would be good here?
Well, if we are going to go Z move on Volcarona as well as Raichu, then we can't do the hold hand thing.
Yeah, we can't.
Otherwise, we could, well, just a straightforward attacker with like Iron Heads, like Jolly Iron Head, Fire Punch, whatever, or a bit bulkier with. I mean, we could go special actually too. I mean, because that would have the chance of like one-shotting Buzzwole, but like Icy Wind wouldn't do too much to the Garchomp. And I suppose if we do want Jirachi, we do want the Iron Head on Credilli. Not sure how much a Flash Cannon would do if it even learns Flash Cannon.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, which choice band can we knock out Buzzwole? I would think so.
Let's have a look. Jirachi. I mean, Buzzwole is pretty bulky on the physical side, isn't it?
Yeah, but with Band definitely picks up that, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I'm on the wrong. Wait, what?
Right, Zen Headbutt. Yeah, wow, it's actually not doing much at all.
Yeah, it does nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, like just a jolly Zen Headbutt to a 252 HP Buzzwole does maximum 46%.
Yep, yeah, I just did the same calc. So with band, like, you know, it's good damage, but it's not the one hit knockout I thought it could maybe get.
If we went special, a psychic on the same Buzzwole has got an 81% chance to one-shot it.
Okay.
So let's look at how much like a flash cannon. I mean, it doesn't matter how much a flash cannon will do to Credilli, because Jirachi will always beat Credilli.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
I suppose that doesn't really matter too much. But maybe, like, if we did go special, I mean, we wouldn't care about Intimidate so much.
Yeah, and...
Does it get anything that can hit the Celesteela? It does get a Thunderbolt, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
We'd have to be wary about Thunderbolting into our own Lightning Rod, though.
Yes, yes. Let's see. It also does get access to Draco Meteor.
It does.
So if we run like a Timid Specs variant, we could just one-shot Garchomp.
If we survive this earthquake.
Yeah, that's my question.
I mean, if we went with Draco Meteor, we wouldn't be able to go with Follow Me. Although, is Follow Me and Draco Meteor on the same event one? I'm not sure.
I actually have no idea.
I mean, we're in the deep, dark depths of Jirachi information here.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, because we run like Timid Specs Rachi, we can guarantee an EQ survival from Garchomp. If they even get one off.
Follow Me and Draco Meteor is actually on the same event, Jirachi,
wow.
just as a note there.
Okay.
Does we need? I suppose it would need specs to one shot it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But would it, like, is Icy Wind a 2-hit KO? Because we could just go Sugarberry Icy Wind.
Let's check.
Because then we'd get some more utility out of it as well.
With Timid it's not, but with Modest it is. Like Timid, there's a very small chance, a 5% chance to 2-hit KO. But with Modest,
yeah, there's a decent chance.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are Modest, I suppose that does put us at risk of a jolly Arcanine.
Yeah.
But if we are going Sugarberry, then it doesn't really matter what the Garchomp is, because it's losing its speed the next turn anyway. But
I kind of like the Timid Specs idea. I don't know about you. That's what I'm thinking. Just because one, like, they probably really won't see it coming. And two, it can, like, yeah, outspeed and one-shot the Garchomp, the Buzzwole. And those are just, like, such big offensive threats. Could also, like, Trick. I
do like Trick.
And, like, that could be, especially... I mean, if it's Specs, though, I guess, like... Because Suicune, like, we probably actually wouldn't want to trick them with Scald. Or trick them into... I guess locking it into Scald could still make things easier for us, because then Breloom and Raichu...
I mean, what would we have? Like, Flash Cannon, Psychic, Draco Meteor... Like, we could put a case for Thunderbolt.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I suppose the only problem with that is... Like, their Garchomp, if they don't Mega Evolve it, then... I mean, like you said, we would survive it, but then we'd just be trading
we know they can't
it,
be
like,
Life Orb, so they'd have to, like, double up into it.
Yeah. But, I mean, it does leave us vulnerable, though. Like, we'd be sitting there at low HP Jirachi,
right.
At -2 as well. I mean, I wonder how much Draco Meteor does to Arcanine, actually, because if it does do a big, like, a decent chunk, then I can get behind that as a case for it.
Wow, yeah, it does a ton. Well, okay, it depends on Timid or Modest. And also, like, are we assuming bulk or no bulk on their Arcanine?
I normally calculate it like 252 HP just to...
So with Timid Specs, Draco does 55 minimum to 65 against that Arcanine. And this is Timid.
That's a decent amount, I suppose.
I like that, yeah.
And with no bulk, it's like 65 to 77.
Yeah.
Which is maybe like, yeah, Thunderbolt, Draco Meteor range.
Actually, no, Psychic just does more.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, if there is a reason to bring Rachi, I kind of like this spec set, but that's just my opinion. Like Thunderbolt also like chunks the Suicune and the Celesteal a decent amount actually as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never sold on choice specs, to be honest. So
okay,
you'll have to persuade me, I think. Like, because like out of the two options, I think I would prefer bulkier with like Icy Wind with a resist barrier on it.
Yeah, to me, like
then we
the
could
reason
go with like Follow Me as well.
Right, it's just like Jirachi. The more I think about it, can actually be a huge offensive tool because like if we do run the specs variant, then we can one-shot Buzzwole and Garchomp, and then two-shot Suicune, Celesteela. Like it does enough chip damage where like one of my main concerns, for example, against Celesteela is if we lose both Raichu and Volcarona, then like our other things, like you said, like Breloom really can't do anything against it. Aerodactyl's Rock Slide barely does anything. Nidoqueen, we'd have to switch out and come back in for Flamethrower. So it's like if we had Thunderbolt on Jirachi, that does like I think it's solid like over 50%, and same to Suicune.
Choice. I'm just looking at the choice specs. Draco Meteor on Garchomp. Oh yeah, it is actually a one-shot, isn't it? I was just thinking like maybe like Life Orb could do it too, but it doesn't quite get it. I mean, there is a chance, but it's not like a guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my main question is like, what would a bulkier variant really help, right? Because it's like Icy Wind. I guess it gives us the speed jump, but then afterwards, what's picking up the knockout once these Pokemon are slower?
Yeah, we are mostly faster anyway.
Yeah, and like Follow Me. Follow Me probably gives you like one turn of utility, but I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I like having like a super offensive special Rachi here, because I also like just don't think they'll expect that at all. It
does get Calm Mind as well.
Oh yeah, it does.
And Wish too.
I'm trying to see what else it has.
Like a Trick Room as well.
Yeah, so if I would run a set with this Rachi, I'd probably run Specs Timid with Draco, Psychic, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt. But if you can convince me otherwise, I'm definitely open to listening to other options. That's just like something I think actually like could make a ton of sense in this matchup specifically.
Yeah, I can see that because it is faster than the Arcanine,
yeah.
And I suppose like what we were saying is that like we were thinking about this last slot. Like, it has to be one of the waters because we want to threaten the Arcanine, but, like, a Spec Psychic will do, like, potentially 70-80% to the Arcanine, too.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I can, like, that is indeed an argument. So, I mean, I do quite like the idea of, like, Trick, but, like, maybe not, because, like, we can't trick the Garchomp. We can't trick anything with the Z move.
Yeah. And that way we can run Draco Meteor, Psychic, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt. So with that set, it offensively covers pretty much everything. Like, we do over 50% to everything on their team immediately. So we don't have to worry. Like, we're just, once we switch Jirachi and we know, okay, we can get some guaranteed damage off. And it's relatively safe because we should be faster.
Yeah. Like really the only thing that is sort of in my head saying no, don't do this is just like Jolly Garchomp.
Right, yeah. Like it is scary, I guess, but
they need to not Mega Evolve to outspeed us because like with the new speed mechanic, I'm pretty sure like if they Mega Evolved like on that turn,
yeah, it's applied right away. Yes.
Now. Yeah. So like a normal Garchomp, no like Life Orb or anything boost, like it's not surely going to do too much to Jirachi, is it?
Yeah, and if we already have, like, if we run Ice Fang, Hidden Power Ice, and Ice Beam, like, we have 3 ways to, because if they don't Mega Evolve, then I would, like, Ice Fang and Ice Beam should just knock out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal Garchomp Earthquake to no investment, Jirachi does a maximum of 85%.
Right.
So we would survive that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I think you've sold me on that.
maybe we'll think of something otherwise, but I don't know. It just like it seems like a kind of crazy set, but like it actually just makes a ton of sense here because they probably expect like a full physical variant, and I like how much damage it does to their whole team.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose like I am quite happy with these 6 that we picked. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that this whole Raichu Nidoqueen thing could fall apart and like look quite ugly quite quickly if things like if they predicted the scarf or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, are there any safer ways to go about? I mean, maybe we should just take a. I mean, I suppose we're getting on a little bit, aren't we? But like, maybe take just a couple of minutes just to think if there are any alternate leads that we could consider without just sort of putting all of our eggs in this basket.
Right.
I do like the Raichu lead, and I do like the Raichu Z move, like Nido Queen or not, because I do think they'll lead with Suicune and try and Tailwind.
Yes.
And if they do go with like one of the Trick Room options, then at least we can fake out and bring something else in the next turn.
Yeah.
So I definitely like Raichu leading here. But like if like anything physical can just be intimidated by Arcanine, so that's why I liked Nido Queen.
Yeah.
Like Raichu really does cover like the two things that, aside from Credilli, that Nidoqueen can't just outspeed and one-shot. Like, I suppose another worst-case scenario is they run something like an Assault Vest Arcanine 2, and then Earth Power would do like 60-70% to it.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of alternate leads, and like, I can't see like anything that would screw us over majorly. Like, what could they do where we would just be in such a bad position leading Raichu Nidoqueen, even if they expect the Scarf?
Explosion Licky Licky?
that could be it, yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Like, you know, Celesteela Licky Licky. Double Protect, Wide Guard, Explosion next turn.
Right.
No, we could on-grow with it, yeah. Yeah, I'm
like, I don't see anything where it's like, oh, if they lead this, like Raichu Nidoqueen just loses. You know, like
yeah.
I feel like that gives us options, and based off their lead matchup, we can just switch into anything from there.
Yeah, we have got like a little bit of time to change our minds if we really do like change our mind on the idea. But I'm quite comfortable with this. Like now,
I am too.
All right, well, is that the end for week 3 Teambuilder?
I think so, yeah. I mean, like, in terms of sets, we can still finesse things here and there, but I'm pretty sold. Like, the Fake Out Electrum Z, I like that a lot on Raichu. I like the Scarf on the Nidoqueen, Sash Breloom. I think, yeah, Fire MZ Volcarona still makes a lot of sense to me with Quiver Dance, because if we do get an opportunity to, it's still doing a lot of damage, and can one-shot the Celesteela, the Buzzwole, the Malamar, if that does come out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the like a +1 fire Z move on an Ockerberry Celesteela out of curiosity.
Ooh, yeah, I'm curious about that.
All right.
Heat Wave. It still knocks out, but I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't. Not
okay.
Like not through an Ockerberry. If it's fairly specially defensive, then it won't.
Okay.
Like the calculation that I'm doing right now, it is the Volcarona that we have been using at +1 Inferno Overdrive on 180 HP, 148 plus special defense. Ockerberry Celesteela does maximum of 91%.
Okay. That's still like decent enough where it's like we just need a little bit of chip damage, like a Rock Slide, a Mach Punch, a Thunderbolt.
Yeah. And it does one-shot Assault Vest, which I think is the more likely option.
Yes, because I know they used that last week, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, well, I'm quite happy with this then.
Cool. Awesome. I'm pretty excited for the Jirachi. Like, hopefully it actually does work. I feel like it can, but it could also just be a total
hope
bust.
It does. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think that's going to conclude it for this Team Builder. So thank you guys for watching. Of course, the battle will be on Baz's channel tomorrow, so don't forget to check the channel linked in the description below and go subscribe to him if you have not already. And of course, you can watch our opponent's perspective as well. Their information's in the description below. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow with the battle.
Yeah, goodbye for now.